Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today we will be learning about the climate of India. So let's begin. So the factors which affects the climate of India are latitude, altitude, pressure and winds. Let's try to understand it at a more deeper level. So how latitude affects the climate of India is located in the northern hemisphere, as we all know, and the Tropic of Cancer, located at 23.5 degree north, passes through the mainland India and almost divides the mainland India into two equal halves. So when the time of summers arrive, basically in the month of June, when the sun is in the northern hemisphere right above the Tropic of Cancer, the mainland India faces a rise in temperature, resulting into the summers. When the time arrives in the September and the sun moves itself to the southern hemisphere, just right above the Tropic of Capricorn, located at 23.5 degrees south, the winter starts coming in and the temperature starts falling down. How does the altitude affects the climate? Let's understand that. So the altitude is measured from the sea level. So the point where sea and land is meeting, it is taken as 0, and as the movement is made towards the mainland India, deeper into the mainland, the height of the land starts increasing, and the topmost point where you are located at that point of time is having certain distance in terms of height, measured in meters, from the point where the value was 0. That results into getting a figure which is called altitude. So the altitude is maximum in the Himalayan regions of north and northeast, and it's minimal on the coastal sides. So the weather in the Himalayan region or the places having higher altitude is very cold, not that warm, and the places which are closer to the 0 value or in the very close proximity, they have more of warm weather all around the season, and they are more of humid. Let's try to understand the third one, the pressure in winds. So what happened when the summer starts coming up, a low pressure area starts to form in the Himalayan region and the Tibetan plateau, and this low pressure area starts attracting the winds from the southern hemisphere to fill this lack of pressure, and this results into the advancement of monsoon winds towards the north or the Himalayas, which results into the rainfall in the majority part of the mainland India. So in June, the monsoon starts retreating and advancing towards the north, and as soon as they reach the Tibetan plateau and the Himalayan region, these start providing water, rainfall to the mainland India. After 4 months of raining, the low pressure zone starts creating in the southern hemisphere, and these winds which were there, they start their movement towards the southern direction to fill out the space created because of low pressure in that zone. So during the winters, they start leaving the mainland, and by somewhere around mid-December, they escape the mainland of India. Moving ahead, let's understand the seasons. The cold weather. So during this time period, between October to February, the temperature is low, the days are shorter, nights are longer. In the hot weather, during the month of April until September, the temperature is high, days are long, and the nights are short. So it's like vice versa of each other in these two seasons. Advancing of monsoon, we have just learned about it. When the low pressure is created in the northern region of Himalaya and the Tibetan plateau, the wind starts moving towards the north, resulting into the rainfall in the mainland India. Retreating, as the low pressure zone is created in the southern hemisphere, these winds starts movement towards the southern hemisphere, hence leaving the mainland India during the process. Moving ahead, like we can see it from this map, like this is 15th of September, the wind starts retreating from the north, and by 15th of December, they leave the mainland India and start their movement towards the southern hemisphere. Moving ahead, distribution of rainfall, let's understand it from the map. As you can see, the western coast and certain pockets of northeast India are having a dark blue coloring. This refers to the regions or the pockets which are having rainfall greater than 400 centimeter in an year, which means these are the pockets which receive maximum amount of rainfall. These pockets, which are very lightly colored in the north and in this western region, these are the region in the Leh and the Rajasthan Gujarat desert area, which receives the least amount of rainfall in a year, which is somewhere around less than, I should say, 70 centimeter, which makes the environment there very arid, dry. The majority of the India, which is colored in this shade of blue, receives the rainfall in the range of somewhere around 200 centimeter to 300 centimeter. So we can say that the majority or the average value of rainfall received by the India is somewhere between 200 to 300 centimeter in a year. Monsoon as a unifying bond. So why does the monsoon is called a unifying bond? Let's understand it. The reason behind this is, during monsoon, approximately 80% or greater than 80%, I should say, mainland of India receives rainfall at single point of time frame, that is from June to September. So this creates a sense of unity or oneness among everyone. Secondly, the Himalayas in the north, they protect the mainland India from the cold winds which are coming from the northern Asian region, and which makes the environment or the weather of the mainland India pretty warm, resulting into the creation of temperatures or physical features which attracts these winds from the southern hemisphere. Secondly, during this time period, many rivers, or I should say majority of the rivers which are not getting their water from glaciers, they get their water volume increased, which means when the monsoon arrives, the water level in these rivers which are dependent on monsoon for their water requirements, it increases, and this leads to providing of water to the people living in the regions surrounded by these rivers, getting water in the rest of the time frame. So this was all about the climate of India. So we'll move ahead and learn more about the next chapter in the next video. Until then, keep grinding, keep learning. See you in the next video. Cheers.